Thank you so much for your patience. Welcome, everyone. My name is Melissa, and today I'll be guiding you through chair yoga. We will practice yoga together for 30 minutes. As a reminder, listen to your body. So, yoga stretches are never supposed to hurt or be painful or anything like that. So if any stretch isn't working for you, you can always skip it, come on out and modify. And you'll need a chair today. So just have a chair that you're comfortable in. And if you have wheels on the chair, just make sure that they're locked so that you're not moving around in your stretches. So let's get started with a little centering just to release the day so far, to drop into the present moment. If you would like to shift to the edge of your seat, that will just help you to elongate your spine a little bit more and also help you to engage your core. Take a moment here to close your eyes. And we'll just simply bring a bit of mindfulness into the moment. Notice your feet planted. Feel your heels in line with your knees in line with your hips. And then feel that the shoulders are over the hips. So we just don't want to be leaning forward or back too much. Create the sensation of tucking your tailbone. Feel your navel move back and up to the spine a little bit. And then creating this long line that flows through the spine. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Create a neutral chin. Try to reach and stretch through the crown of your head. And then dropping in, we'll begin to connect to the rise and the fall of your breath. Lengthening as you inhale and lengthening as you exhale. And then maybe encouraging your exhale to be a little bit longer than the inhale. As you're breathing here, just feel the breath gently flow in and out through your nose. And then carry this breathing technique with you through our time together today. Breathing in and out through the nose helps to keep the mind, body calm and relaxed and at ease. Helps to soothe the nervous system. If you would like, set an intention for our time together. And then intention could be anything that you would like it to be. It could be that you would like to take this time to relax, to really nurture your body. It could be that you want to try to get the best stretch in each pose. There's really no right and there's no wrong intention. Let's start by taking a full breath in. We'll begin to sweep our hands up towards the sky. Draw your hands together. And then as you exhale, let's draw the hands down to the heart space. Take a full breath in here. We're going to reach and stretch our hands out. And release. 3 more times here with your breath. And then as you bring your hands into the heart space in prayer, let's circle in the other direction. So we'll take our fingertips up and we'll sweep our arms out and around. Great. Let's take our hands up to the sky. This time, let's interlock our fingers and then release the index fingers. So this brings us into steeple. We will take a full breath here to lengthen and release your hands to the left. And then as you're releasing to the left, let's try to roll that right shoulder back, left shoulder under, and feel that the heart is shining up towards the sky. Bring yourself back to center. Let's take a nice full breath here to lengthen and release to the right. And let's create a little bit of a sensation that right hand could pull your left hand to the right side of the room. Coming back onto the center, let's release the hands down. And then as you relax your hands down, let's take our shoulders up to the ears. So we're just gonna create some shoulder shrugs and then release the shoulders down. Take the shoulders up and release. And let's go 3 more times here. So the really nice thing about this class is that all of these stretches are stretches that you can easily incorporate into the workday if you're feeling fatigued, if the muscles feel tired, or you're feeling a little stressed out. Let's relax our shoulders down, and we'll try that again, but this time as you take the shoulders up, let's tense up the hands. We'll create those fists here, so a little bit of tension, and then offer a release. Shoulders up, tense, 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 and release. And let's go 3 more times here. Good. Let's relax the shoulders down and take 3 shoulder rolls. We'll draw shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale, exhale, and 1 more time here. Breathe in and breathe out. Great. Let's take our hands on up towards the sky here. Fingers will interlock, palms press up, full breath to lengthen. Let's release to the right. And then almost feeling that right hand almost draws you deeper. We get a shoulder stretch, but we can also get a really nice wrist stretch here. And maybe you let that right hand draw you a little deeper into the wrist stretch. Come back to center. Full breath here to lengthen. Release to the left. And sometimes that right sitting bone can lift up. So try to press into the right sitting bone and then lengthen that whole side body. Let's bring ourselves back onto the center, releasing your hands behind your body. Reach for opposite elbows here, or at least we'll try to reach for opposite elbows. So you'll take your right hand for your left elbow, left hand for your right elbow, and imagine that you could squeeze a pencil between the shoulder blades. Great. And then let's just change up the stretch in the hands. So just notice which hand is on top and which is on bottom. We are going to switch that up just so that we get a nice even stretch for both sides of our body. Try to relax your shoulders from your ears. Try to breathe in and breathe out. Great. We can gently relax our shoulders down. Take them up, back, and down. Working a bit with the legs. I know when I'm sitting a lot, the legs get a little fatigued. So on this one, you may want to scoot towards the edge of your seat. We will take a moment here to engage our core, elongate your spine, and then just take your knee into your chest. We're just going to float that knee up, float it up, and then let's just move with the breath here. Noticing if you are holding the breath, try to breathe in and breathe out. Great, let's relax that foot down. We'll try that on the other side. Great, you can plant the foot down. Give yourself a breath here. Now let's build on that one. So this time we're just going to straighten out that leg. So we're going to kick the leg out in front and then release it down. So on this one, try to feel that the spine is straight. It's really easy to round your spine a bit. So keep your spine as straight as you can. Keep the core engaged the whole entire time. Great, let's plant the foot down. Give yourself a breath here. Left leg straightens in front. Good. We'll release that one. Now let's go to the edge of the seat. We'll try to get as close to the edge as possible. Take your feet out nice and wide. And we're just going to do a little windshield wave of the knees side to side here. So just drop to the right and drop to the left. So this stretch might be a little easier if you're in a chair that doesn't have arms. If you do have a chair that has arms, you're just going to kind of work around them a bit. And if it's really easy to grab a chair that doesn't have arms, you just may want to do that. So I wanted to work a little bit with the warriors today. So for this one, let's drop our legs off towards the left. And then as you're here, we are going to take this as a variation of a knee down warrior. So you'll imagine creating a 90-degree angle in your right leg and then also in your left leg. You can stay here and feel free to hold onto your chair a bit. Maybe take your hand up to the sky. Let's breathe in. Try to relax your shoulders from your ears. We'll create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. And then gently releasing the hands down. Let's try a crescent warrior. So for this one, you can straighten your right leg behind you. And if you need to, you can always scoot your right foot off to the right a little bit more. That will just give you a bit more space to work in the stretch. Hands can reach out. Feel the arms really active. Feel your arms frame your ears. Fingers are active. Reach and stretch through your fingertips. We can gently release the hands down. Let's try out warrior one from here. So this one, have your back leg at a bit of an angle. So it's not really like when we do yoga on the yoga mat. You can have that wider stance. You'll have your back foot at a 45-degree angle. Try to press your back heel down. Let's take our hands to the sky as you breathe in. And almost create a little sensation of squaring your hips and your shoulders forward. We'll take our right shoulder forward, right hip forward, left shoulder back, left hip comes back a little bit. Gently releasing that one. Let's try out warrior two from here. So for warrior two, you're just going to shift the body a bit. So your right leg will be at this angle, and you'll try to have your whole foot planted, and you'll also try to have your back foot nice and straight. So imagining if you had a yoga mat there, your back foot would be straight with the yoga mat. And then your front knee is bent. So it's not the same alignment as on the yoga mat, a little different here today. Let's have our shoulders over our hips. We will reach our hands forward and back. And then gazing off your front fingertips. Try to relax your shoulders from your ears. We'll breathe in and breathe out here. Take a reverse. Let's take that front hand up and back. Your back hand can glide down your back leg. You can also wrap your arm around your leg to give yourself a little bit more shoulder stretch. We call this one a half line. Come back and up, warrior two. And lower yourself into a lateral angle. So you can bring your arm onto your leg. And then if you wanted even more stretch, you could also take your hand down to the ground. And then we'll just try not to collapse here into the bottom shoulder. Try to create a little lifting here and a little bit of lengthening. Let's engage our core to come on up. We'll reset our legs. So taking those legs nice and wide, let's do that windshield wave of the knees to the right and the left. This will give us that moment to reset our body a bit. Good. Let's drop our legs off towards the right. First, we are going to set up in that knee down warrior. So 90-degree angle in the legs. Hips and shoulders are squaring forward. Hold onto your chair, maybe hands reach up. So I really love this one. This one gives the hip flexor and psoas a nice stretch and also the quad. So when we are sitting through our work day, our quads, hip flexors and psoas tend to shorten. So it's always really important to give them a good stretch. We can hold onto the chair if we need it. Let's straighten that leg behind us. Again, this back leg could be at that angle and it can shift to the left if you need to. So this one, we're going to be right on the toes of our left foot so that the majority of the foot is lifted. Hold onto your chair, maybe take your hands out. And breathing here. We want to breathe into our stomach, ribs, and chest. And then release from the chest, ribs, and the stomach. Let's gently release the hands down. We'll transition to Warrior One from here. So in Warrior One, that left leg can move more off to the left if needed. We'll have our back foot at an angle. Press firmly into your heel. Have the whole foot planted, and also try to press into the outer edge of your back foot. Let's take our hands to the sky. Breathe in. And then just trying to feel your breath flowing in and out through your nose. Lengthening as you inhale and lengthening as you exhale. Let's begin to gently release. We can come into Warrior Two from here. And then as you align in Warrior Two, again, this left leg can kind of move to the left so that it's a little easier to move into the stretch. Shoulders can be over your hips and hands can reach forward and back. And Warrior Two is a really good pose for your legs and hips. We get a nice hip opener, we get this nice leg stretch, and it can be great for your low back. Right hand up and back, reverse Warrior Two pose. This gives us a nice side stretch and really good for lateral flexibility of our spine. We're going to bring ourselves back on through to that lateral angle. Maybe try out extended lateral angle if you'd like to go there. And then in this one, almost create a little twist sensation. Try to roll your left shoulder back and then right shoulder under. Feel that the heart is shining to the sky. We're going to bring ourselves back then up. We can do a little reset here. Feet nice and wide. Toes turn out. Heels can shift in just so that they're pointing in the same direction as your knees. We'll shift to the right and we'll shift to the left. Great. Let's come on up to stand. We can try a couple of standing poses. So as you come on up to stand, take it out. You can take out your legs, take out your feet. Try to let go tension here that you're holding onto. We'll work a bit with balancing poses. So feel free to grab onto your chair if you'd like. It's always nice to kind of have a bit of support. Also, the wall can be nice if the wall is close by. So let's start with a nice balance pose to strengthen our legs. We will start by taking our right knee up to a 90-degree angle. Hand can stay on the chair, maybe one hand to the sky, maybe both of the hands to the sky. And then try to straighten your right leg out in front of you rather. So you're just gonna kick that right leg out. Flex your foot, press through the heel on the back of the knee, and maybe try to lift that leg a little higher up. Let's lower the foot down. We can do our release on the hands. Feel free to take your chair, send it to the other side if you need a little support. You want to even up those arm stretches. Last leg up to 90-degree angle. Hands can reach to the sky. Breathe here. And then we can kick that leg right out in front. So something that's really common is to feel the shoulders moving back a bit. So try to feel that your shoulders are over your hips. You don't want to be leaning forward or back too much on this one. Good. Let's release this. Hands can reset as well. Feet a little wider than hips. And let's take the arms side to side. As you release here, let's take our hands up to the sky. We will take our right hand for our left wrist. You're just going to kind of grab onto the wrist. Your right hand for your left wrist, and then cross your legs. Take your left foot to the right. Lengthen and release to the right. Almost create the sensation that that right hand could pull your left hand to the right side of the room. And then bring yourself back onto the center. Let's keep our legs how they are. Change up the grip of the hands and release to the left. Breathe really deeply here. Almost imagine that you could create space between the wrists. Let's bring ourselves back to center. You can release the hands. We'll do a reset on our feet and then trying that on the other side. Hands can reach up. Let's take our left hand for our right wrist. Right foot to the left. Let's lengthen. Release to the left. Feel your right hip pressing to the right and just guiding you deeper into the stretch. Back on through the center. Change up the grip in the hands and release to the right. And back on through the center. Let's release the hands. Release your feet. Coming into a yoga mudra stretch. So for this one, we will interlock our fingers. We're going to take our palms to touch and maybe imagine that you could squeeze a pencil between the shoulder blades. Stay here with the spine straight. Option to do a fold forward if you'd like. And then as you're folding, you can release the arms away from your back body if that feels comfortable in your shoulders. And then maybe looking at the wall that's behind you. Sometimes as we relax our gaze, it can just let us move a little deeper into our forward fold. Hands can relax onto your low back. Hands can float down towards the mat. Let's roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. We'll take a shoulder roll here, breathe in and breathe out. Let's try out another balance pose. So again, feel free to grab onto that chair if you need to. If you don't need the support of the chair, maybe bring your hands up for a heart. We're going to step into that left foot and then begin to lift the right leg up. So the nice option with this pose is feet can always kind of be, the foot can be touching and you can just kind of play with the idea of lifting your foot from the ground. Maybe that leg rises up. And the most important thing with balancing is to find your drishti. That's the focal point. It could be a little spot that's on the ground. One spot to focus your concentration and to focus your awareness. Let's take our right foot to meet our left foot. And then as you ground into your right foot, left leg rises and lifts back. Feel really grounded through all the parts of your right foot. So you want to press through the inside, through the outside. And notice your body's natural tendency. If you tend to roll in, maybe tend to roll to the outside of the foot. You can bring the foot down. We'll take our feet a little wider than hips. Arms will sweep side to side, back and through to that empty coat sleeve stretch. And then let's grab onto our chair. We can use a little strengthening here. So what we'll do is we'll sit in our chair. We'll work a bit with our arms. So for this one, you're going to grab onto the side. And we'll do some dips here for the triceps. So for this one, if you wanted to take the stretch really gently, just a little tiny bend in the elbows. And just little micro movements here. If you wanted that deeper stretch, you could work the arms into a 90-degree angle. You could lower your hips down towards the ground pretty far. Good. Let's bring ourselves into our chair. We can take a shoulder roll here, breathe in and breathe out. Let's come back onto the standing and we'll use our chair to move us into some nice stretches for our spine. So let's square ourselves up to our chair. We're going to use the feet a little bit here. Hands can reach to the sky. Let's breathe in. We'll fold ourselves down to our chair as we breathe out. And then as you have your hands on your chair, let's create a little movement here. So it may feel nice to bend one knee, to bend the other knee, and then relax your head yes, and relax your head no. As you find stillness here, let's draw the hands to the right, bringing yourself into a little bit of a side stretch in your fold. Try to ground evenly through both of your feet. Back on through the center, release to the other side. Reach and stretch from your waist. Lengthen your side, body, fingertips. Let's take ourselves back on through the center. We'll work a bit with a cat and a dog stretch here. So for this one, you may need to bend your knees. We can lower our stomach down, lift up through the heart. Tailbone will lower and crown of the head will lower. And then flow with your breath for a moment. Try to lengthen your spine as you inhale. Lengthen your spine as you exhale. As you inhale, feel your shoulders relax from your ears. And create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. And on the exhale, really rounding through your back. So imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. As you come into our neutral spine here, let's take a deep bend in our right knee. Take your right hand onto the seat of the chair. Take your left hand to the sky and we'll try a nice open twist here. And then as you're twisting with your in-breath, feel your spine lengthen. And your out-breath, let your twist deepen. Let's lower that left hand down. We're going to keep our legs exactly how they are. Right hand to the sky as you exhale. Hand to the sky, maybe arm wraps around your low back, reach for the other hip crease, taking that half bind. And release. Let's put ourselves back on through to center. This time, left knee will bend, left hand will plant, and then right hand rises up. So hand to the sky, maybe find a half bind here. With your in-breath, feel your spine lengthen. And your out-breath, let your twist deepen. Back on through to center. Let's keep the legs just how they are. Left hand rises, close twist. So close twists tend to be a bit more challenging. So try to twist as best as you can in this one. Which we're going to try to roll that left shoulder back, right shoulder under. Breathing in and out. Also gives us a nice IT band stretch for our legs. Let's float ourselves back on through to center, back into a fold. You can do a reset on your legs. We're going to lower our stomach, lift up through the heart, little round of the spine to come on up to stand. Full breath in. Take your hands at your heart space and full breath out. Let's come on back to seated. We'll kind of find our way into that nice position how we began our practice. And as we take seated, let's just do a little circle of the neck here. So we'll imagine that there's a clock in front of us. The clock is lined with numbers. And we want to run our nose to the numbers of the clock. So just work this nice sense of rotation, moving the circulation, getting the blood flowing, flow in the other direction. And then coming into stillness here. Let's just take a moment to close the eyes. Observe how you feel. Notice your mind and your body in the moment. Feel your mind relaxed, calm, at ease. Feel your body aligned and balanced. You came to class with tension, just feeling how that's released with movement, with breath, and with mindfulness. Allowing for the eyes to open when you're ready. Thank you so much for joining today. It's really great to be here with everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day today. I look forward to seeing you next class. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thanks, Melissa.